recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
No. Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with Carmela Smith. Hello, Carmela.
Hello, everyone.
You know, Carmela, I'm really excited because I think it's like one of the next times we record, it's going to be in person.
Yeah, I just got my second shot this past Thursday. My arm still hurts, but I no longer feel like crap, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 weeks, I'll be able to hug you.
That's going to be so
It'll be
nice.
really weird.
Last night, I actually recorded a show live. We had a bonus episode live in studio. We finally recorded the Weird Al Yankovic bonus.
Oh, good.
So Lauren and Bob were up in the studio with me, and it was awesome. It was so nice. So really excited. Now I'm also excited because we have amazing guests today. I mean, it's just fantastic. First up, the man, the myth, the legend, the original OG general, Mr. David Livasy is with us today. Hello, David.
Hey, party people. What's going on?
Oh, I'm so glad you're here, my man. I've missed you. Like, legitimately missed you.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Mel Brent is with us today. Hello, Mel.
Hi.
Mel, what time is it where you are?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
It's midnight.
So for us, it's 10:15 in the morning. For her, it's midnight, y'all.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be nice.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Niveous Rayside is with us today. Hello, Niveous.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, man, I'm glad you are here. It's been a while. I've been wanting to get you on.
Yeah, I've been wanting to be on the show for the longest time, so I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, this is fantastic. So I want to get to know everybody a little bit better. David, we'll start with you. Remind everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I live in Dallas, Texas now. I've kind of made my way around the different cities in Texas since I've started Trivial Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun. I work as a reservoir engineer for an oil company. And something fun about myself is I've recently bought some art from a local artist here who takes classics and makes them into geometrical shapes, and then you use an AR app to basically use you basically use your camera and it floats over it and it makes the actual piece. So right behind me, I've got Klimt's Der Kuss. And so it's all geometric and stuff right now. And so if you take the little camera and go over it, you can see the actual art. And then we had him commission. You can't see it because it's in the way, but it's a Roger Federer painting. So pretty cool about it. I'm really excited about it.
So am I translating right for Klimt? Is that the kiss?
It is the kiss. Yep.
Okay. That's lovely.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool piece. I'm really excited about it.
Very modern feeling.
Oh yeah. I'm really, it's pretty modern and it's all funky and hip. And that's kind of what this room is going to go for, is funky and hip. And so.
Love it. Well, welcome back, my friend. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Mel, remind everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hi. Thank you for having me, by the way. I'm from Australia, if you can't tell from my accent. I live in Victoria. I live in Ocean Grove now. I moved from Horsham. So a little bit closer to Melbourne, thank goodness. And I'm a paramedic. I still work in Horsham, which is about 300 kilometres from where I am. I don't know what that is in miles.
It's a long way.
Else can do that math. But It's a long way.
Yeah.
It's about a 4-hour drive, but it gives me a good chance to listen to some podcasts. So it works out for me pretty well. So I'm a paramedic out there. I've been doing that for 10 years. Pretty great. And something fun, well, I think I tried to make the COVID situation a little bit better, take the positives out of it, in the fact that everything's online. So I don't live in a big city. So there's nothing, I've always wanted to take art classes and learn languages and do all these things, which I'd never had the opportunity to do before. But now I've started learning German. So yay. Oh. It's been really fun. I've been doing that since October last year. So it's been awesome.
Do you love it? That sounds really cool.
I love it. Yeah, my grandparents were all Austrian and German, so I'm pretty stoked to get some of the roots in,
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. And last but not least, Niveous, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Okay, I am E Niveous Rayside. I am from Staten Island, New York, and I work for the Department of Homeland Security. I'm a government wage slave. And something fun about myself, I am the singer and guitarist in a sparkle grunge rock band called Lucky Witch and the Righteous Ghost.
Okay.
That sounds awesome.
Tell me what a sparkle grunge band is.
Okay, so we have our roots in 90s grunge, but my wife plays my wife Brooks, she plays something called the omnichord. Imagine an instrument first imagine the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
So picture that.
Love it.
It's shaped like the Millennium Falcon. It's got a bunch of buttons that have all of your chords, all your majors, your minors, and your sevenths. And you can press those. And then on the right side, there's a strip that picks up the static electricity off your fingers. And you run your hand down that strip to play notes. And it makes a very twinkly, sparkly sound to it. So that's why we've named what we do Sparkle Grunge.
I'm looking at this instrument, and it's a pretty great description, honestly. It's like part accordion, part guitar, part theremin. It's the weirdest thing.
It is a very weird thing.
Very cool. Well, I'm so glad all of you are on this show. We're going to have a great time. We're going to get that great time kicked off right now with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right, Carmela, you are in charge.
And today's Warm It Up Chris is actually written by Chris.
Ooh.
So I have a list of the top Grammy Award winners of all time, of which they have all won at least 18 Grammys. And let's see, I think I've got 20 names here. I'm going to go around and see if you guys can name as many people off of this list as possible.
Quick question for you, Carmela. Does this include producing Grammys, or is it just performers?
I would say it also includes producing Grammys. So, David, we will start with you.
Well, because I haven't really thought too much, I'm going to go with easy low-hanging fruit with Alison Krauss.
Yes, she is listed as number 4 on this list. She's won 27 Grammys.
Oh, wow. That makes me nervous because I thought she was number 1 by like 3 or 4 Grammys.
Probably not including, probably of the ones that are not producing, right? Because I think
all of hers are performance Grammys. She might have
performance.
She used to be number 1.
But for performance, right? Or was it all time?
All time.
Things change.
Yeah, I'm wondering if things have changed or if there's something weird about the list. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I know she got unseated. And I guess I wouldn't have thought she was 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I remember who number 2 used to be too, so I'm wondering where he's going to fall. We're about to find out, though.
Mel?
Yeah. I don't know. Grammys is not my strong suit. I'm going to try for a producing one and say maybe Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones is listed as number 2 with 28.
Well, that was my number 2. That's literally the guy I had at number 2. So he stayed at number 2, but apparently something got taken. You know what? I wonder if they're not counting Union Station Grammys.
I don't know what that means.
So her band is Alison Krauss and the Union Station. And I've always seen the Grammy count listed as the full thing. So I bet that they're only doing the ones that are just her. That must be it.
Well, as I stated, Quincy Jones has 28 listed. Alison Krauss is 27. So I don't know if that has any effect on what your thinking was. But this is the list that Chris provided to me.
Yup.
Niv, let's go to you.
Okay. Let's try out someone like, let's try out a performer. Let's say Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey is not on my list.
Oh.
So she has not gotten to the 18 Grammy mark. Jonathan.
I'm going to hope this is right and guess Rihanna.
Rihanna is not on my list.
Oh, no. I thought she was at 18. Oh, man.
All right. David.
So the person I thought conceded Alison Krauss was Beyonce.
Beyonce is tied at number 2 with Quincy Jones with 28.
Okay.
Which is actually, I believe this is why Chris wrote this list to begin with, because he wrote this very soon after the Grammys happened this year. Mel?
People really like Shania Twain. How does she go?
Let's see if she's on my list. She is not on my list. So she has not won at least 18 Grammys.
Okay.
Niv?
Let's try Whitney Houston.
Whitney's not on my list. All right, Jonathan.
I wonder if it's going to count work that a person did. So, like, all right, I'm just going to throw out this answer, and it's probably going to be wrong, but I'm wondering if it's, I'm going to say Paul McCartnney.
Paul McCartney is one of the ones tied for 11th place with 18 Grammys.
Okay,
so
hey,
he is
got a right
just
answer.
over the threshold.
Sweet. I can't imagine that was him alone. That had to be with Wings and the Beatles too. So
it might be a combined one. He didn't list if it was combined or not.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say there are also some people known for soundtracks on here, if that helps at all. But David, it is your turn.
Yeah, I didn't think about soundtracks yet. Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder tied for 6th place with 25.
I saw him, but he didn't see me.
Oh,
Actually,
oh no.
I don't know. Daniel's in the group that thinks that Stevie Wonder can actually see. So
I'm in that group as well. After seeing that video of the mic stand falling.
Oh yeah, he caught it.
And he caught it. It was just like
he's Daredevil, okay? He can just feel the vibrations like it's a thing.
Mel, it is your turn.
Oh no. How about Michael Jackson?
He is not on my list. Niv, let's go to you.
Very good.
Let's try another producer, maybe someone like Rick Rubin.
Not on my list. Jonathan.
All right. I'm going to throw this out for anybody who wants to pick it up. I can't remember the guy's last name, but I think the guy who did the music for Frozen with his sister, Robert somebody might be on the list, but he is an EGOT winner, but I can't remember his last name, so I'm not going with him, but I'm giving that out for anybody who wants to try it. I'm going to guess Eric Clapton.
Let's see if Eric Clapton's on the list. Not on my list.
Oh, no.
All right, we're going to go one more time around. There's also some classical artists on this list, as well as some jazz and some polkas. So there's definitely more genres that you guys can pull from. David, let's go to you.
Oh, man. I wanted to say soundtrack, but now I'm trying to think of a non-soundtrack person.
What's the name of the Polka King?
I don't know. I was like,
a guy.
I was like, it's Weird Al. He's the one. He's got
should be,
the
but
most
he's
Grammys.
not the national recognized one.
I'm just gonna go with soundtrack and go Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer's not on this list.
Oh,
that's a travesty.
Yeah. Mel.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of soundtrack 2 and going the Disney route. I don't know that person you're talking about, Jonathan. I was thinking of that guy that did the music with Elton John on The Lion King, but I can't remember his name. Tim something. It's going to kill me. But I'm just going to say Elton John because that is a person whose name I remembered.
Love Elton John.
The guy whose name you were looking for was Tim Rice. Tim Rice is not on this list. And yes, unfortunately, neither is Elton John.
Travesty.
Of course he's not.
Wow.
Travesty.
All right, Niv.
John Williams.
John Williams, number 7 with 24.
Nice.
I was coming in strong with John Williams to wrap this up if you didn't.
All right, Jonathan, down to you.
Down to me. I only have one guess left on my paper. I'm guessing Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin tied at number 11 with 18.
Nice.
Hell
Good
yeah.
call.
Good job. So the rest of the list, number 1 is a man named George Solti, who won 31 Grammys in the field of classical music. Number 2, you've got Quincy Jones and Beyonce tied at 28. Number 4, Alison Krauss with 27. Another classical artist, Pierre Boulez, with 26. 6 has 3 people, all with 25 Grammys. Chick Corea, jazz musician. Vladimir Horowitz, a classical musician. And Stevie Wonder. Number 7 is John Williams. Number 8 with 22 Grammys, U2. Number 9, another country singer, Vince Gill with 21.
I wondered if I should guess country singers, but Vince Gill is not the one I would have gone with.
Same.
Same here.
Also number 9 with 21 Grammys, both Jay-Z and Kanye West.
Oh,
I didn't even think of them.
Mm-mm.
There are 4 people at number 10 with 20 Grammys. Harry Mancini does work with soundtracks. Pat Metheny for jazz. Al Schmidt, who's an engineer and mixer. And Bruce Springsteen.
Oh.
And number 11's got 5 people. Tony Bennett, Aretha Franklin, Yo-Yo Ma, Paul McCartney, and the polka person is Jimmy Sturr. They all had 18 Grammys.
Well, we don't know our Grammys very well, guys.
Nope.
Clearly.
No.
But
Definitely some gettable names on here, but some of these were very hard.
Hey, now here's the thing, though, is I think the people that we named were wonderful, and maybe it's the Grammys that have the problem, right?
Now, it is the threshold that that Chris set. It's like they had to have won at least 18. So they've probably won a lot of Grammys, just they hadn't gotten to that 18 yet.
Fair enough.
The Grammys are a weird place. Like, you think of like record of the year, and then think about the fact that like the Beatles have never had a record of the year, or the Rolling Stones have never had the record of the year. Or,
But Taylor Swift keeps getting them, right?
I don't. Did Taylor Swift actually get a record of the year? I don't even know.
Or is she getting album? Is there like a difference?
Yeah,
between-
she has like
There is.
album. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
a difference between that.
It's so crazy.
Well, it's like their big 4. Just learned this the other day. Their big 4 is album of the year, record of the year, song of the year, and then best new artist. It's like, how is that the big? That doesn't make sense.
What's the difference between album and record of the year?
Record of the year is a song, while album of the year is the entire album.
Oh, okay,
Then,
okay.
And then song of the year is the songwriting.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So that is your Warm It Up Chris question of the episode. Thank you to Mr. Hollister for making us all look bad. That was wonderful. Everybody appreciates it. I can see it on their faces.
Thanks, Chris.
Just so toasty warm now.
I know. All right. So we had a little bit of a snafu with a couple of recordings recently. And so you guys know at this point that the original number 322 was released as number 320, and the original number 323 was released as number 321. So for the second time ever, I'm recording an episode number 322, and that's this one. Today's matchup is going to be David and Mel versus Jonathan and Niveous. Carmela's hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
And actually, you know what? I did forget. I completely forgot because I was talking about what happened with the recording. But this is on the main feed. So this is on the main feed. This is one of the big shows. If you want more Trivial Warfare, don't forget you can go to trivialwarfarearmy.com, sign up as a patron at $5 a month or more, and you will get access to over 200 archived shows, as well as you'll get a show every week, because we do a show every week. It's only 2 of them, or only every other week. It's on the main feed. So don't miss out. Go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up. All right, now it's time to play the game. For real this time.
So I was tempted because one of the lost episodes is the last game I wrote. I was just tempted to redo that game.
Oh my God.
But I didn't do that.
I would dominate.
As if you could remember it all.
You know I couldn't.
So that's why I was like, that it could work. I could do it, but I didn't do it. So today is the day before Mother's Day. And my first time recording with Chris and Jonathan was the day before Mother's Day, 2015. So it is my 6-year anniversary on the show.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Fun fact about me, I have kept every game I have ever written. So for the first half of this game, I have rewritten some of the questions from my first recordings with Chris and Jonathan, because I'm now a better question writer, hopefully, than I was back then. Mm-hmm. So these are the first half of this game are redux versions of questions I asked on my very first recordings.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh my God. All right.
Your first question in round 1 is a category, a hero's tale. What novel, originally published in 1937, is a pillar of 20th century literature, shaped modern fantasy as we know it, and has a subtitle of There and Back Again, which is what the main character titles the book they are writing?
We're ready to lock in.
Wonderful. So, Niveous, you're on the same track I am.
Yeah.
I just want to
We're
double
both
check.
on the same page.
Yeah, I just want to double check with you. So my gut was The Hobbit too. I just want to make sure it's not The Fellowship of the Ring, which is the first of the trilogy.
I mean, that would be just quite a title. The Fellowship of the Ring, There and Back Again. That's a lot of titles.
It would be a lot of title.
I'm thinking just straight up it's The Hobbit.
All right, let's go with The Hobbit. We're locked in.
David and Mel?
Yeah, we pretty much just at the same time wrote The Hobbit. So I just remember I also remember the movie. Like, he's just writing it. So
yeah.
It is indeed The Hobbit. So points all around there. Your second category, what's in a name? Ancient Greek and Roman stories and myths often share the same deities, but under different names. What is the Roman name for the Greek goddess Artemis? A name that may be familiar to DC comic book fans.
Yeah, we got. For sure, we're locked in.
Yeah, David, you wrote to me, Diana. Sounds good.
Just kind of, sorry, I'm trying to find a way to talk about it. But so in Marvel, you've got Princess Diana. So, and she is, what? He's shaking his head no.
DC,
you said Marvel,
DC.
Sorry, DC. Sorry,
yeah.
DC.
It's DC.
DC. The Princess Diana. So, we locked in with Diana.
Yeah, being Wonder Woman. Yeah.
All right. And Niv and Jonathan.
Go ahead, Niv.
We absolutely said Diana, Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. So definitely Diana.
Yeah. Our alter egos, Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. So I am looking for Diana here. Good job.
I love it. Carmela, were these questions that we missed when you asked them the first time?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So this is a throwback. I'm digging it. Love it.
These are questions that have not been asked in 6 years.
Seriously.
All right. Your last category in the round is an artful framing. Pablo Picasso was suspected of stealing what work of art, now one of the most famous paintings in the world due to its theft, in 1911 from its home in the Louvre, even though it was in fact stolen by Vincenzo Perugia?
Yep. We can lock it in, dude.
Yeah, we can lock that in.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we're talking it out, and I think the first thing that kind of bubbled to my head was the Mona Lisa, knowing that that's been stolen prior, and I'm pretty sure I remember Pablo Picasso being connected to this as well.
Right. Yeah. So whenever I hear the Louvre, obviously the first painting I think of is the Mona Lisa. When I hear about famous Wow, what's that? Thefts.
Famous
Apparently
stealings.
my brain isn't working. Yeah, apparently my brain isn't working at midnight. I was going to say stealings. Famous thefts of artwork. I think the Scream wasn't that not also like famously stolen? Maybe I might be making that up. But I'm honestly more than happy to go with Mona Lisa. You seem like you've got a bit of a connection there. So yeah, lock it in if you want.
Yep, lock in Mona Lisa.
All right. Nev and Jonathan?
Yeah, and we did not Panic at the Disco with this. We absolutely went with Mona Lisa.
So yes, it is the Mona Lisa. So points all around there. So the way that this apparently went down is there was an art thief who had stolen stuff from the Louvre before and had sold them to Pablo Picasso and his friends. But it wasn't the Mona Lisa. He just threw Picasso's name out there, yeah, he's got it because, I've sold stolen art to him before.
Damn, dude. How you gotta do Picasso dirty like that?
So, they did find that Picasso was in possession of stolen artwork, but they threw the case up because it wasn't the one that they were looking for. It was actually stolen by this guy who was an artist working in the Louvre at the time, Vincenzo Perugia. And, the Mona Lisa was not particularly famous until it was stolen. So it was just another Da Vinci painting.
Wow. We're bearing the lead here with Picasso, quote unquote, being an art fence. That's really interesting. Did anything come of that angle of it? Do you know anything about that part?
Like I said, I believe that the case was thrown out because it wasn't relevant to what they were doing. So I believe, and somebody will probably fact check me on this, but I believe he actually just got away with having that stolen art.
Wow. I want to know if there's a movie. There should be a whole movie about this. I would watch the movie where, I'd love to see this. This is good. This is really interesting.
This is actually the synopsis of Mona Lisa Smile, so you should watch that.
Okay, so there is a movie? Great. Wonderful.
It's a joke.
Oh. That wasn't funny, David.
That famous art heist movie starring Julia Roberts.
Well, maybe if they will.
Oh my God, what's that?
People are really into art theft stuff right now. There's a new documentary show on Netflix. This Is Not a Robbery, which is all about some big art theft. So, wow. Who knows? I keep seeing more and more stuff about art thefts on Netflix, or maybe that's just what they're feeding me now.
They're Niv's into art theft. Let's give him more art theft. All right. At the end of the first round, we were all tied up. It is 30-30. Round 2, your first category is obligatory sports question. Eli Manning and Peyton Manning were both quarterbacks playing in the NFL at the same time. They faced off against each other in a game in 2006 while they were playing for which teams?
Yep, we can lock in.
Okay, so this if you could ask one, I can do that maybe. So Daniel's favorite team is the Colts, and I know Peyton Manning was on the Colts, or at least I think he was. I don't know who Eli would have been with. So for some reason the Patriots stick out in my head, but that is not I don't know how long Brady was the Patriots quarterback, if he was.
Do you know if it was which geographically where, if he was?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I would not have watched that at all. So
yeah, the only reason I even know who they are is because one or the other of them hosted Saturday Night Live, maybe once or twice. I feel like if that's a thing, maybe East Coast. Sure, that means nothing. If you don't know, we can say Patriots. Brady's been quarterback. He was for a long time, right?
Sure. I mean, yes.
I think it feels like a really long time. So it's not.
I mean, he's old.
What else?
So it's the only thing that keeps me away from the Patriots. And I watch him not even be the quarterback of the Patriots. And I'm just this is gonna be really fun to listen to for people who are basic sports followers.
We're enjoying it over here.
No, Carmela. Yes, totally. Carmela said sports, and I was like, there's no way this is going to be about cricket, is it? No.
I was praying for a tennis.
Probably not going to happen.
I watched UT football, and that's about it.
Yeah, you should lock in with whatever you want. I'm totally supportive. What if I start just like listing teams?
Yes, do that, please, because I'm gonna love this.
All right, here we go.
She's like, the Red
Buffalo
Blacks.
Bills.
What you say, the Red Bills? Is that what you said?
Red Flags. I said the Buffalo Bills. They may or may not be a football team. The Cleveland Browns.
Nope.
The New York Giants. Do we like the Giants? No, we don't. I heard that in your voice.
No, I'm as someone who doesn't actually know the answer. Like, I'm just
New
trying.
York Jets.
The Jets were good for a while, right? Indianapolis Colts is in the Northeast, right? So my guess is anything up in that area. I'm assuming the U.S. gets broken up into 4.
Very smart way to attack this question.
So Patriots, Giants, Jets are like the 3 that I can think of over there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think if you're not going to go with the Patriots because Tom Brady's old, then I would say the Giants because somehow it rings a bell, and also Live from New York at Saturday night. We love the Giants. That's
Perfect.
my whole thing.
Okay, we're going to lock in with the Colts and the Giants.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh my God.
So much.
No. Oh God, I need to go home. I'm already home. Oh Jesus. Niveous. Oh my God.
Yeah, that hurt. So I'm a New Yorker, so I mean I may not be the biggest sports guy, but you say Eli Manning, and immediately it's the Giants, and Jonathan filled in Peyton and the Colts. So we said the Giants and the Colts.
You got it right. It's unbelievable because the logic you used was so flawed.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
I mean, like the Saturday Night Live, that's Peyton. That's the Colts guy who was on Saturday Night Live, and that brought you to New York and gave you. Oh my God, that hurts. Oh, honestly, I knew in my heart that it was going to come around and you were going to get that crap right. Oh my God.
That's what it's like playing against you, Jonathan.
That.
Yeah, I think it's because you gave us so much time to think it out.
It was torture. I was so when you got to the Jets, I was like, yes, say the Jets. Oh,
I was hoping for the Bills.
all New York teams,
hurts.
by the way.
You named all football teams, by the way. Every single team you named were all football teams.
Good job, Mel.
So much. Thank you.
I'm just sitting here splitting the U.S. into 4 little zones, and I'm like, okay, cool, that works.
But it is indeed. Peyton Manning was playing for the Colts at the time, and Eli Manning was playing for the Giants. So both teams get credit there. Your second category. Okay, but which version did you see? Philip K. Dick's story, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, was the basis for the 1982 movie Blade Runner, now a sci-fi classic. This movie has been re-edited a few times, including a director's cut in 1992 and a final cut in 2007. No stranger to the sci-fi genre, who directed Blade Runner?
Oh, sounds like we're on the same page.
Absolutely.
Well, let's log it in.
All right.
Okay, so as Carmela was giving the question, I go, Blade Runner 2049. I know that one. And then then she goes, who's the director? And I was like, Ripley Scott. That's who it is. and then Mel decided to correct me on the right answer. Sorry, go ahead. But I guess his name's Ridley and not Ripley. So
How about we lock in with Scott just in case?
Let's do that. Yeah, let's lock in with Scott.
Okay. Niv and Jonathan.
I wish Ripley Scott. That's great. That's didn't Scott also do Aliens?
Absolutely, and that's Sigourney Weaver's character.
That's Ripley.
Oh, nice! Look at me.
There's a connection between those names.
Aliens is terrifying.
Yeah, Niveous literally sent it to me instantly. I couldn't even type. He's like, it's Ridley Scott. So we said Scott.
Ridley Scott directed Alien. Very distinct difference between Alien and Aliens. Aliens was James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
But Ridley Scott did direct Blade Runner.
It was still Ripley in Alien, right? I just said the wrong plural.
Yes, but if you say Aliens,
oh yeah, it's wrong.
A sci-fi nerd will be like, no, that wasn't a Ridley Scott movie.
Mm-hmm. I accidentally added the S, and I know better.
I do not know better.
All right, so both teams get credit for that. You guys doing well, very well. Your last category in the round, communism, was just a red herring.
I love that name.
My favorite.
In a classic game of Clue, or Cluedo for our UK friends, how many weapons can be used to kill poor Mr. Body? 2-point bonus if you can name them all.
Is this in the original, Carmela?
Yeah, the classic game. So not like any of the, Liars version or anything like that that's come out in the last
Disney
20 years.
version.
Yeah.
He was killed with Pluto's paw in the Magic Kingdom.
We can lock in.
Don't forget your bonus. So
Yeah, we got him. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so let me say I've only played Clue once in my entire life.
okay, I've played a little bit, not a lot, but the movie Clue is one of my all-time favorites. It is truly a warm, fuzzy place for me when I get to watch that movie. I just love it, love it, love it. And so I can tell you that the 6 weapons that I know for a fact are the wrench, the rope, the lead pipe, the candlestick, the knife, and the revolver. And like they stuck to it in the movie as well. So the cook was killed with the knife. The girl at the door was killed by the revolver, who actually was played by, I can't remember her name, Weedland from the Go-Go's?
Jane Weedland from the Go-Go's.
Yeah, which is a cool fact. Yvette was killed with the rope. I think Colonel Mustard killed somebody with the wrench. I can't remember the lead pipe, but there was a scene at the end where they were redoing the thing, and Wadsworth knocked Mr. Green on the head with a lead pipe, and a candlestick was in the very beginning. So I know all of those are in the movie too. I think it's 6. I think it's all of them.
Okay, you have a much better recollection of that movie than I do, so I'm totally willing to go with you with the 6.
All right, we're gonna say 6. And we're going to say wrench, rope, lead pipe, candlestick, knife, and revolver.
Okay. David and Mel.
Yeah, we had a pretty short conversation, really just typing them out. We both said 6. And we said rope, wrench, the knife or dagger, candlestick, revolver, and lead pipe. I played the game a little, but I also love the movie. Amazing.
So does Stacy. Stacy loves it.
If you love the movie Clue, you're one of my people. We have a good sense of humor together.
As you can tell from my category name, I also love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 6. The candlestick, the dagger, I will also accept knife, lead pipe, revolver, rope, and wrench. So full credit across the board.
Well done, Jonathan.
Oh, thank you. It's fun to get to think about stuff that you love, That's just, I feel good just thinking about it.
So after your second round, score is still tied 62-62.
Woo. Damn Eli Manning. Eli was coming and I didn't hide my heart. It was obviously a problem.
Do y'all know one of them? Like there's the girl who plays the crazy religious girl on Orange Is the New Black as a Manning. She's like the cousin.
I didn't know that.
She's like the cousin of the Mannings or something like that.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, the girl from Boomstick?
I don't know. Without the teeth, she had the teeth issue. Is that a thing?
Oh, sorry, Boomcat. Gosh, what's her name? I can't think of it. Oh, yeah, but I can totally see it.
Does she have a giant forehead?
Yeah.
That's a Manning trait. Runs in the family. They all have them.
That's the name of the episode. It's a Manning trait.
We should have an episode where it's all who's the third brother.
Right? That sounds like a round.
Yeah, I can do that. Like the one that no one ever can remember. So like the third Hemsworth.
Taryn Manning.
Impossible.
Taryn Manning of Boomcat.
All right. Your first category in round 3 is judge an album by its cover. In 1979, the rock band Supertramp released their 6th studio album, Breakfast in America. It won a Grammy for Best Album Package, which until today I didn't know was an actual award. On this Grammy-winning cover, we see the Manhattan skyline from an airplane window, but instead of the Statue of Liberty, we see a waitress holding a menu and a tray over her head. What breakfast item is on the tray with its color matching the waitress's top?
I remember you asking this question. It's a good album, by the way.
Yeah, it's got Goodbye Stranger on it, so it is a great album. And obviously it was the Manhattan skyline as it was in the late 70s. It's obviously changed since then.
All right, we're going to lock in.
So we are chatting and kind of thinking this out. And when I think of like waitresses and breakfast and stuff, I think of diners, and the colors that I most associate with waitresses and diners are like a pastel blue, a pink, maybe yellow. That seems a little harsh, and then orange are like the four colors that I kind of think of. And so we were kind of trying to figure out different food sources that would match that color. And so we've thrown out eggs, orange juice, anything. Mel, did you just say, you said maybe pancakes?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking something like, I feel like I can half picture the album cover in my head, but I'm not sure, like the angle of the tray. If she's holding it like just up, it would be hard to see something that isn't sort of a bit taller or bigger, sort of sticking out the top of the tray.
Does she look like, I haven't seen the album cover, does she look like the Statue of Liberty? Is like she holding it kind of like that?
No, I wish I could know. I guess it would make sense if she's holding it up and maybe she's got like a menu in her arm instead of that book thing. I'm sorry, America. I don't know what that's called.
We call it the book thing.
Yeah,
the book thing's good.
That would make a lot of sense.
It has a year on it.
Beautiful.
That's all it is. It's just a year, the MCM, whatever.
It's like a tablet, but yeah.
So it'd be like more phallic, like a torch. So I like the idea of orange juice then.
Well, I don't know, but that would make a lot of sense. Maybe it's a pot of coffee and she's wearing like a brown top. Did we say tray? Did
you say tray?
Yeah. What breakfast item is on the tray with its color matching the waitress's top?
Yeah,
the item matches the color, not the tray.
Yeah, I don't think you'd put a pot of coffee.
Yeah. No, that would be bonkers. I don't know.
Eggs seem too flat.
Honestly.
So, yeah.
They were British. Maybe it's baked beans.
Maybe. So right now I'm leaning towards orange juice because it would be in a glass that would be clear and you could see the fluid. If it were coffee, that's mostly in a white mug. Like you know what I mean?
Flame.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I like that idea. Even if that's not right, they should go back in time and change it to that because it sounds like a really good, good imagery. Yeah, we'll say orange juice. All right,
orange juice. Lock.
All right.
Well, either we're going to get credit together or we're going to miss it together because my recollection of it is that her blouse was like an orange creamsicle kind of color and we said a glass of orange juice.
Yeah, so she's standing, you're like almost up against the window and she's got the tray above her head like the torch and she has a menu like where the tablet would be and it is a glass of orange juice.
Nice.
Really good job.
Very good.
Good discussion out of you guys. That was a great way to work into it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your next category is science.
Science.
Mercury thermometers have been around since the early 1700s and were invented by what man with a name that may be more familiar to Americans than our Canadian neighbors?
Literally just had a conversation about mercury thermometers last night.
Oh, well then.
Okay, we can lock in.
Okay. Niveous, I'm pretty sure it's Fahrenheit. He's the one who invented the mercury thermometer.
And it completely goes with Carmela's clue about how, we use Fahrenheit, everyone else uses Celsius, and nobody uses Kelvin. So, yeah. So we can lock in Fahrenheit.
If my name was Kelvin, I would absolutely use a Kelvin thermometer. In fact, I'd be like, man, it's a balmy -201 today. This is kind of hot. I don't know the scale. Sorry, that's probably deadly cold. Anyway, we said Fahrenheit.
David and Matt?
So 0 Kelvin is absolute zero, so you don't want to go negative.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking about I was thinking about the Fahrenheit scale in Kelvin. Kelvin's like -200 and something, and
73.
I got all mixed up.
Yeah, as soon as we heard it, we said Gabriel Fahrenheit, and so we're gonna lock in with Fahrenheit.
Yeah, his name was Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. Kelvin is used mostly by scientists, but I think, yeah, I don't know other than the U.S. who else uses Fahrenheit, but the U.S. is the most common user of Fahrenheit. But yep. Both teams get credit.
Awesome.
Good job.
You always got to be different.
Your last category in the round is Fistful of Quarters. Pac-Man, an arcade classic, has 240 regular pellets on every map. How many power pellets are on each map to help him get some extra points by eating the ghosts?
I'm looking at your 3 little dots, and I'm wondering how long it takes to type a number. There we go. We agree. And I have... For sure. So we're locked in, and I'll talk just a second before you guys start. Went to the Museum of Science and History recently, and they have a... Yes, Mosh here in Jacksonville, and they have a game exhibit. Like the whole 3rd floor, 2nd floor is games right now, and that's a corner of old video games. We were playing Miss Pac-Man, and turns out I'm pretty good at it. I was never good at Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man as a kid, but playing on the game as an adult, I was killing it. It was really fun. So I recommend it. Go find yourself a Miss Pac-Man game and have at it.
When Andrew Thomas came to visit in Austin, we went to a video game thing, exactly the same thing, right? And he played Pac-Man, while we were there. And I was telling Mel that I know for a fact there are 4, 1 in each corner. And the question is whether or not there's more elsewhere. And so we were thinking about what about like in the middle where the side like little flutes are, so you can like go travel to either side. So we're kind of thinking of that, but not sure how I feel about that. Mel, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I was thinking the 4 corners, maybe top middle, bottom middle, on the side middles. But you're right, because you can get out that way.
So it doesn't make sense to have them on the sides.
No.
So.
Then I was thinking about like at the corner, if there's one at like the side and the bottom, like in the top corner.
I think that's
if there's like 2 around
close.
each corner.
My problem is I think that's too close, because I remember whenever I have played Pac-Man, I panic constantly, and so I feel like they're always so far away from each other. Yeah,
I just felt like there were more around the corners than that. I don't know why. I just sort of clustered almost. Like
so I guess the only way
I go and eat one and then go and eat another one immediately, like an idiot. When I really should just not be doing that.
You could totally do that, because I think what you could do is if it's on the bottom of each corner, on the top of each corner, you could eat the power pellet and then turn around and go after the ghosts that are behind you. So it could be that. God, I just wish I paid attention to Andrew more.
Yeah.
He wishes you did too.
Same.
Sorry, Andrew.
What's funny is I had a picture, as you said, you panic. I have a picture of like you in the game. It's like David's face, and instead of like wop 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 wop, it's like getting chased by ghosts, and it
that would
pleased
be how
me
that
in my
would go
mind.
down.
That's 100% what would happen. I defer to email. Like I said, I know for a fact there's 4. It's whether or not there's is the question, and I
definitely at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
If we said 8 and it ended up being 4, we'd both be pretty annoyed. But if we say 4 and it ends up being 8, then so be it. So I think
I think logistically 8 doesn't seem. It seems weird to have them so close together. Is kind of the way I feel.
Yeah,
but you're right. People are idiots.
Was like I always used it so badly. The fact that they were close together. But I haven't played in quite some time. So I don't really
Pac-Man
know.
Since Super Smash Brothers, so I like to smash.
Yeah, I think we should just.
Okay, what are we locking with?
I don't know. I think we should just lock in with 4 if you're happy with 4.
Yeah, that's fine. It makes
All right.
logical sense to me.
Okay.
All right.
I love that there was a Pac-Man question, especially since I've been holding this little Pac-Man that my kids and I we absolutely adore Pac-Man. We have this little stuffed Pac-Man that we tend to throw at each other all the time. And I'm sitting here with at least 3 Pac-Man video games, terrible video games next to me as well. Because I have the Pac-Man racing game, Pac-Man World Rally.
Oh, no.
It's like Pac-Man Mario Kart. Oh, it's absolutely terrible.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love me a good Pac-Man game and a bad Pac-Man game. I still have the one for the Atari. Like the old terrible port that just makes everything just look like it just looks like someone drew Pac-Man for the first time and went, we'll go with this. Like people will buy it. It's the 80s. So the 4 corners, you've got to, make your way to those 4 corners. And then the center is where you have your fruit. That doesn't count. So, yeah, we said 4.
They're usually in the corners. It is 4 power pellets. Great job, everyone.
Solid.
The thing as an adult that it's easier to realize, like strategically playing the game, is like, okay, let me eat every one of these things that I can, not power pellets, everything else that I can, and stay alive and save those corners for when I absolutely need them. And usually the power pellet's almost like the last thing I'll eat before a board is cleared. I've been saving it just in case, you know?
He wants to savor it.
That's good advice.
Yeah, save them to the opportune moment. So at the end of the third round, it is a perfect game for both teams. It is 92-92. And now the midpoint, which is the last in my throwbacks from my original recordings. And your category is money, money, money.
Money. You know which man's world.
You know which man's world.
Boom, 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 boom.
This better be all ABBA questions.
The current administration has restarted the efforts for the redesigned $20 bill with Harriet Tubman on it. Miss Tubman is not the first non-president that will be put on U.S. currency. Name the 5 non-presidents that have already been minted on U.S. currency, whether they are still in production or not.
I got a pretty strong amount of thunder on those 5 names.
And as soon as you put down those other 2, absolutely. Yeah, lock that in.
Love it. We're locked in. I have the amount of thunder where it's like, even if it's not a name on her list, it's going to be a right answer.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So we're talking this out, and poor Mel has to know U.S. currency. So the ones that so the ones we definitely agree on are Franklin, Sacagawea, and Hamilton. We have so those are the ones we for sure have. And then Susan B. Anthony had a coin. And then I recently heard something. I forgot where I heard it. Maybe I heard it on. Oh no, I heard it on Bill Bryson's The Theory or something everything. Anyways, saying that Martha Washington was on a currency, and so she ended up being the first woman on U.S. currency because she was in. I don't know if she was in part of the photo with George or something. So those would be the 5 that I would guess. I'm sure that there's an obvious one for sure I'm missing, but those are the 5 that I would kind of throw out there.
The only ones I knew for sure were Franklin and Sacagawea. I've said that wrong. I apologize.
You're fine.
And I was pretty sure that Susan B. Anthony was, and I wasn't sure about Hamilton, but you've confirmed that yes, that's true. As for the 5th, I couldn't think of anyone. Nothing rings a bell to me. So if you want to say Martha Washington, I'm cool with that.
Sure. All right, so we're going to lock in with Franklin, Sacagawea, Hamilton, Susan B. Anthony, and then Martha Washington.
Okay.
All right. And then on our side, we knew Hamilton's on the $10 bill. Benjamin Franklin's on the $100 bill. Sacagawea was on a $1 coin. Susan B. Anthony was on the silver dollars. And I believe it's a $10,000 bill is Salmon P. Chase. And so we said Chase for the 5th.
All right. So what I have listed is on the $1 coin, Susan B. Anthony. On a $1 coin, Sacagawea. On the $10 bill, Alexander Hamilton. On the 100, Benjamin Franklin. On the 10,000, Salmon P. Chase. However, I just looked up what David was talking about, and Martha Washington was on the $1 silver dollar that was printed back in the late 1880s. So I will also accept Martha Washington.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bill Bryson.
That's awesome.
Well done.
Great piece of knowledge there, David.
Thank you. I've been listening on audiobook to Bill Bryson's. Is it The Theory of Everything or a short history of everything? Sorry, is what it is. And he literally just said it.
So that's one of those ones too. Like if you end up going that way in a pub quiz, you're going to be able to argue it because there is depending on the wording of the question, you should be able to get credit for that.
I did say whether it's still in production or not, and
and you didn't say like featured or anything. Now with the Martha one, is she like the featured person or is it?
I was looking at the picture of it. It's her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't sure. I kind of couldn't remember whether or not he said it was like her and him together, and she just happens to be in there. Because I guess the question then goes with the Sacagawea. Isn't there a baby on it as well? So
I think she is carrying her baby with her.
So not that it matters.
So there's another one.
But that's
her name.
Not the point of the question. I just was wondering. Sorry. I'm trying to remember the coin is what I'm trying to
Now that you mention it, there was a whole bunch of people from the Continental Congress on the back of one of those
Like
denominations
quarters?
as well.
Oh, yeah.
No, like a bill.
Like the $2 bill or something.
It's either $2 bill or like literally it's like, here's Philadelphia, here's the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and that's a scene on one of the bills.
I would have it being on the front instead of the reverse.
Yeah.
If you were going to frame it that way, it's the portrait. Oh yeah, there you go.
He's got it right there.
It's a $2 bill.
My wallet.
The back of the
$2 bill.
Yeah. So
sorry. Anyways, that was a complete.
There are ways to. In another 6 years, I'll re-rate this question again.
Be ready, y'all. Be ready.
It'll be it'll be a midpoint, and it's going to be name the 15 people who have appeared on U.S. currency. Front or
third
back.
of a point each.
No, it's going to be a warm-up question now. That's what's going to happen.
Both teams get full credit, and after the midpoint, it is 112 to 112. Still tied.
Yes.
Get a question wrong, please.
Jeez, you could have missed Eli.
That was team effort. You know what? That's not the proudest sports moment I've had, but it's probably the second proudest sports moment I've had. The sound and the fury was my favorite.
All right, that is the end of the first half, and I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp has been with us now for a few weeks, and I hope that you guys are taking advantage of the great service that they have for you. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. So it's for people who realize that it's hard to go through this world alone sometimes, or even when you have a partner. It's hard to work through some of the issues and some of the things that have been with us for our entire lives. BetterHelp can connect you with the right person to help you dig into that and achieve the kind of personal growth that we all want to achieve. Now, this isn't a crisis line. It's not a self-help thing. It is professional counseling, but it's done securely online. I've told you a bunch of times, my favorite part of this is that you get to message with your counselor back and forth as many times as you want to. And you also have weekly sessions if you want them. You don't have to, but you have weekly sessions over video or even on the phone in order to take advantage of the service. The service is available for clients worldwide. This is not a U.S. thing. This is an everywhere thing. BetterHelp is perfect for someone who needs help talking about things like anger and anxiety and conflict and self-esteem and even old traumas. Guys, they are convenient. They are professional. They're affordable. You should be checking out BetterHelp now. I did it a while back, and it's one of the best decisions I've made. My counselor, Crystal, I'm in contact with her all the time. And sometimes I'll go 2 weeks. And I won't say anything, and I'm like, I need to check in with Crystal. And invariably, I find that, there was actually something I should have been talking about, and I was holding back. So let's do better, Jonathan, right? So I don't take it for granted, y'all. This is a great service. I personally vouch for them. You can start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor, BetterHelp.com/TWA. Remember, you can join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health by going to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TWA. Give it a try. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Round 4. All right, so that is the end of throwback questions from my original days on the show.
I'm going to miss those questions. They made me feel smart.
So now we're getting into new questions that maybe are harder. They probably won't be. Anyway, your first category in round 4 is May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Because it is. Panic disorder affects roughly 2.4 million Americans each year, including your host. A short-term treatment option is the use of medications such as Xanax, which falls into what highly regulated drug class along with Valium and Ativan?
What's frustrating is I know I've heard the word, I've known the word, and it's not even floating past my brain right now.
All right, we're locked in.
She's locked in.
Oh, God. Yeah, the paramedic knows drugs.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. I was like, nope.
Hey, the musician's supposed to know drugs, too. Come on, Niveous.
I am a straight edge.
Oh,
Okay, so we've got Xanax and Valium and Ativan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
like amphetamines are uppers,
right, and that's definitely not what
so
these
it's
do.
not these. This is, and it's not like it's tranquilizer's too generic.
Right. I mean, like that's what I'm leaning towards, but I feel like it's not like the right term.
No, that's not the word she's looking for. There's a medical term for this. That's like amphetamine being the medical term for the other. It's like that kind of situation.
Like, is it some sort of inhibitor? Is it a...
Oh, possibly. Maybe like an acronym, like a something I, something SI, something NI.
You know, there are serotonin reuptake inhibitors. There are all sorts of different inhibitors, but it's not like, I feel like Valium and Xanax. I mean, like, what's the word for an anti-anxiety drug?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what, like, exactly, like, we've got to think, what chemically do they do in affecting the body, and maybe that will lead us to the exact wording.
If I knew that, I would already have an answer. Unfortunately, I do not remember. I don't know how they work.
Neither do I.
A blocker of some sort? So you use an inhibitor.
A beta blocker.
Right. I don't know what a beta blocker is.
I don't know what that is either.
It's
but
something I've heard.
Yeah, same here.
I don't think it is. I think it's one word. It's not coming to me, though.
Yeah, it's not coming to me either.
Transmitter?
But what is it transmitting?
No, I think transmitter could be the end of it.
But we're looking for one word.
Do you want to say, we're going to say tranquilizers, I guess. We don't have the good answer.
Yep. Let's go with that.
All right. We'll say tranquilizers, and we're embarrassed, and we apologize to everybody who knows those are not tranquilizers.
I think on the street they're called Trankies.
That's only when they're at a convention together.
Mel and David.
Yeah, I'm just hoping my 2 a.m. brain isn't messing with me here, but fairly certain Valium is diazepam. Xanax might be something like alprazolam. I know that midazolam is something that we use for sedation, but they are all benzodiazepines. So we've looked in with benzodiazepines.
So they are a combination at their core of a benzene ring and a diazepine ring. It is a benzodiazepine.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Wow. Well, that makes me feel so much better because you were looking for a word I've never heard of.
Oh, really? You've never heard of that word?
I have never heard. I thought we were looking for a higher, more generic level thing, I think. Yeah, I've never heard that word. Cool. Feel better.
It's a mild sedative. They became more prominent in the 70s to wean out the use of barbiturates, which are a more heavily sedative medication.
Is that the medication that she takes in The Queen's Gambit, the barbiturates? The green pill?
Okay. Yeah.
God, I love that show.
It's so good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alprazolam is Xanax.
What is Ramalam?
Ding
dongs.
Whoa, Black Betty.
Those are Black Betties.
Yeah, those are the Black Betties.
I know, but I thought you were going with Ramalama Ding Dong.
No, I was going
that's where I went.
Niveous was on my side. He knew where I was.
Your next category is where in the world is Carmela San Diego?
Oh, yes.
Ooh-wop, doopa-doopa, ooh-wop, doopa-doopa, ooh-wop, doopa-doopa, ooh-wop, bow.
I couldn't make up the words fast enough.
I'm walking down the streets of Bern, and I hear the people around me refer to the city as the Bundesstadt, or federal city. But in fact, it is not the official capital city of this country. This country doesn't actually have a capital city at all, at least officially. What country am I in? And Bern is B-E-R-N.
We're locked in.
Okay. I have never had the opportunity to be burned here, but I'm pretty sure it's Switzerland. Niveous, you're right on board with me, right?
I'm absolutely on board with you there, Switzerland.
All right, we're going to say Switzerland.
All right, Mel and David?
Yeah, we had no conversation. We just both said Switzerland.
Was it a sick
It's a very
burn?
uninteresting story.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, they tried to pass legislation to officially make Bern their capital city, but it never went anywhere. So it is just the de facto capital city of Switzerland. Your last category in the round is science.
Science!
Nice.
Horsehead, crab, Orion, and cat's eye are all names of what type of colorful celestial body?
Do y'all want a 3, 2, 1 that?
Sure, go ahead,
Yeah,
Mel.
David, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. I think I'm lagged.
Okay.
Carmela, count us down.
3, 2, 1.
Nebula.
Nebulas.
Woohoo!
Nebulas or nebulae, depending on how you want to pronounce that. But yes, that is the correct answer. Good job. My favorite thing to look at space-wise.
They are gorgeous. I mean, really stunning.
They're so fun. So at the end of the fourth round, there's a little bit of separation. Mel and David are in the lead with 142 to Jonathan and Niv's 132.
Benzodiazepine.
Your first category in round 5 is, where do I know them from? What actress will you find in all 3 of these movies? Troy, National Treasure, and Inglorious Bastards.
I've seen 1.5 of these, Niv.
I have seen 0 of these.
Oh, good. Well, then we're in great shape. I saw Troy in the theater a long time ago, when it was in the theater, as a matter of fact. And I remember some of the people in it.
Yeah, okay, we're locking in. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, Troy's the only one I saw. That's Eric Bana as Hector. It's Brad Pitt as Achilles. It's Orlando Bloom as Paris. And Helen is supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world. And Cassandra is the blind prophet, the woman who is cursed to see the future and for no one to believe her. And there was also an actress who played King Priam's queen. And I cannot remember any of their faces. None of them.
Okay, and then we've got Inglorious Bastards.
Which I would think would be a blonde, because Germany, unless, I don't know, I've never seen it.
Like, never seen it as well, but I mean, I'm looking at, like, thinking of, like, the cast, like, not everyone in that cast is blonde. I mean,
that's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Far from it, because you've got, people like Sam Levine and a lot of others, and definitely not blondes.
You threw out Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, I threw out Rachel Weisz because she sounded like, when you said National Treasure is a Nick Cage film, I'm trying to think of people who may have played Nick Cage love interests at some point.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it playing in the background in a place where I was. Right.
It's one of those films that sit on a loop during like TNT is about to play, it's Transformers followed by National Treasure followed by King Kong Skull Island.
I honestly, Rachel Weisz is as good as anybody else. We can do that.
All right. So we're going to lock in with Rachel Weisz.
Cool.
Okay.
So we had a conversation. I don't know how fruitful it was, but I am trash at films, and the only one that I've seen is National Treasure. And I think the only one Mel has seen is which one?
Inglorious Bastards.
So that was fun. So she was naming off actresses, and because I'm terrible at film, I don't know anything. So I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I said, what do they look like? And they both women she threw out, which were, what were they? Who were they?
Melanie Laurent and Diane Kruger.
Who I've dubbed Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Which killed me.
And I said, are they
Donkey Kong Island?
So I was like, are they tall blondes? And she goes, yes. And I was like, that's not helpful.
Yeah, Diane Kruger is definitely like a really beautiful tall blonde. Melanie Laurent, also beautiful, also blonde, not so tall really from the movie, whatever I can tell from that. But I was thinking Inglorious Bastards is kind of a good one to have seen because there's not very many women in it. And I was thinking they're kind of almost the only two. But as you guys were talking, I was like, there's another woman. I think she played Goebbels' wife, but I don't think it was Rachel Weisz. Initially, when you said Troy and a National Treasure, I was like, I feel like those are movies Rachel Weisz would be in. But then Inglorious Bastards came up and I thought, I don't remember her in that movie. So I started thinking of who else was in that movie. And that's where we got to. So we did end up looking in Donkey Kong, a.k.a. Diane Kruger.
So while you were talking, because you said a couple of names, I looked up because I did remember Helen's face, but I didn't know her name. I never knew her name. I might have back then. So I pulled up a picture of Diane Kruger. I think you're going to be right because that's the face I remember for Helen when she was much younger.
Well, thank you for
so
absolutely stealing my thunder, Jonathan. I do not appreciate that. Anyway.
It can be edited. It can be rearranged.
It can be, but
come on.
Why would
pretend.
you do that?
I was shocked. I was like, oh, the face.
Launched 1,000 ships, man. She's so pretty.
So this actress was Helen in Troy, Dr. Abigail Chase in National Treasure, and Bridget von Hammersmark in Inglorious Bastards. It is Diane Kruger.
Oh, my God.
job.
So Donkey Kong is the one who launched 1,000 ships.
Donkey Kong launched 1,000 ships.
Unbelievable.
She may be recognizable to some people. She and Joshua Jackson were together for like 10 years.
Pacey? She was Pacey?
But now she's with Norman Reedus.
They have a daughter together, and I believe they're about to have another child. So
She is with the kid from Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek, excuse you, sir.
Yeah, whatever. So I looked up her picture. And it's like, yeah, that's Helen's face. Oh God, I didn't.
There was no way I would have gotten.
No,
there.
me neither. I don't.
Diane Kruger is not a name that that comes to me. I'd quicker come to Freddy Krueger than Diane Kruger.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I did hear Freddie tried out for the part, but he wasn't accepted.
Mel was like, did the woman look more Frenchy or Germany? And I was like, good question. She's a beautiful blonde. That's all I know.
National Treasure is it's definitely like a doctor's office kind of movie. Like it's a thing that's just on, but it is surprisingly good. It's a surprisingly entertaining movie. It's got Sean Bean in it.
Does he die?
He doesn't die.
No
Yeah, so
close.
show title is Donkey Kong launched 1,000 ships.
All right, your second question in the round category is shaken, not stirred. What are the two main ingredients in a martini? Although you can swap out one for vodka to make a vodka martini, like Mr. Bond typically did.
I get a text from Niv. He says, "Hi, Straight Edge here." So I think that you're going to go with whatever I suggest, aren't you?
Well, actually, I did know that though.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. Oh, cool. And you agreed with me. This is great. We're locked in.
All right.
Okay, so we're chit-chatting because I also do not drink, so this is great. And so the first thing that came to mind was gin and vermouth, because it's kind of what I think when I think martinis. And then we're talking about olive juice for dirty, added in a little olive pearl for a Gibson. There's a bar in Austin called the Gibson, so I knew that. I think it's gin and vermouth, but I could be wrong.
I also don't drink.
Oh, sweet. This is a great.
Wow, where's Chris? Where's Chris? We could have had a foursome.
Tea toddlers of the world
of an
unite.
After Dark episode. What's that?
A Sunday.
Before dawn. Yes.
Before dawn.
Yeah, vermouth sounds good. I definitely thought it was gin. I didn't know about vermouth, but that sounds good.
It's kind of the things that I associate with martinis. And I it's like a dry martini. Like, I don't know if it's dry vermouth or something. I don't know. I'm getting out of my depth here, but for some reason in my head, I associate martinis with gin and vermouth.
I mean, it all sounds very plausible. So
okay.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, you're asking for you said the two main ingredients, correct?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with the gin and vermouth. Lock.
Okay.
And you can choose an extra dry vermouth. We said gin and vermouth.
Yep. So if you have a dry martini, it's done with dry vermouth. Perfect martini is equal parts for the vermouth part, sweet and dry, but it's typically made with gin and vermouth. Good job, everyone.
Well done.
All right. Your last category in the round is trophy case. What is the name of the television presenter and natural historian who won Primetime Emmys in 2018 and 2019 for Outstanding Narrator, as well as being the only person to win BAFTAs for programs in black and white, color, HD, 3D, and 4K.
You okay to lock in, Mel? Okay,
Yeah.
We're locking in.
So, Niveous, we have the same last name. I thought it was David. You said it was Richard, so we're not going to give a first
We are
name?
not going to. Okay, so we're going to go Jeopardy rules and not say a first name.
Uh-huh. Because they also named the ship, the one that was Bodie McBoatface, they renamed it after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to lock in with Attenborough.
David and Mel.
Pretty similar conversation. I truly believe that if I were someone who got really high, I would love to watch The Blue Planet or Planet Earth, either one, while super high. I think I would enjoy that a lot. But so we went with Attenborough. Is what we went with.
Yeah.
All right. Richard Attenborough is the guy from Jurassic Park. And David Attenborough is the guy who's won all the BAFTAs. So Attenborough is correct. They're brothers.
Oh.
David Attenborough is Richard Attenborough's younger brother. So yes, David Attenborough is the correct answer. Full credit to everyone.
Who's the third Attenborough?
There is a third Attenborough, actually. Give me a
It's
second and I'll tell you.
It's Donkey Burrow.
Donkey Burrow.
Liam Attenborough.
Yeah, Mel and I was like, if it's not Attenborough, we have no idea who it could be.
Had to be.
John Attenborough is the other brother.
By the way, if you're ever looking for the third Manning, there was more than three, but the next one up would be Cooper. Cooper Manning.
Is he a coach somewhere?
I don't remember, but he's like the
Basketball?
older brother, I think.
At the end of the fifth round, Mel and David are in the lead with 172 to Jonathan and Niv's 152.
Wait, we're losing by 20?
Yep.
Damn.
Because Donkey Kong.
Damn. Donkey Kong.
Your first category in round 6 is Carmela reads the words to a hit.
Nice.
Name the 1990 number 1 song with these lyrics. You could sustain, or are you comfortable with the pain? You've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. You got yourself into your own mess.
I've got all the thunder in the world on this. Jonathan, we can lock this in for like absolutely 100,000%. Hit that.
Are you the one screaming or is the hammer screaming?
Both.
The hammer comes after.
Sweet. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, I'm here for it. Mel, I mean, okay, so the first thing I think of, I mean, honestly, Bridesmaids, you just saw that it was like the 10-year anniversary of the movie or something, which is like insane to me.
Wow.
Right. It's so, I didn't think it was that old.
Feel right.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Anyways, so Wilson Phillips is the song, they sing at the end, the Hold On.
Yeah.
If you hold
That's the only
on
the only place I've
for one
heard
day.
that song.
What? So good though.
Yeah. It feels like that could definitely be it. What is this beat in the song?
Comfortable with the. I don't beat very well. Sorry, I'm not a great singer, but I'll sing.
Please do.
You started at a weird part. You could.
I started at the beginning of a verse.
Comfortable with the pain. You got no one to blame but your unhappiness. You got yourself in your own mess. No.
Okay. Yeah. And then it like gets into the.
There's a little bit more of the verse, I think, after that. And then,
oh, sweet child of mine. No,
it does not do that.
Doesn't do that.
So, yeah, I think we're going to lock in with Hold On by Wilson Phillips.
Okay.
All right.
And then it goes, letting your worries pass you by.
There you go. Thank you.
Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Oh, baby, someday somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Oh.
Nice.
There we
Definitely, it's Wilson Phillips. It's Hold On.
Now we know who the musician on the team is.
I heard this song a lot growing up. The song is 31 years old, and it spent 1 week at number 1 in 1990. It is Hold On by Wilson Phillips.
For all of us who just realized that's 31 years old, we're all holding on right now.
Yep.
Hold On, the third best Wilson Phillips song. Fight me.
Was there one about a candle?
The better ones are Impulsive and Release Me.
Mm.
Oh, I do remember
the two singles after that were much better, but everyone still holds on to Hold On.
Hmm.
All right, your next question in the round category is Natural Wonders. What is the name of the largest estuary in the United States, situated on the East Coast, and is known for its blue crabs and oysters?
I don't know the definition for estuary. Yeah, I think we're going to lock that in, but we're not thrilled with it.
Okay.
Okay, so an estuary, the way I understand an estuary, it's where freshwater and saltwater meet and form, they have the density differences. And so you have basically things like mixing and stuff based off that density difference. And so we were trying to think if we could home in on the seafood, so the crab plus the oysters. And so a couple of things we've thrown out is Nantucket Sound, which I guess would also be maybe possibly attached to like Cape Cod, and then Chesapeake Bay. And so we've got 3 different-ish things that's kind of floating around. Mel, do you have like a preference on one?
No, I think probably Chesapeake Bay, when you said that, sounded really familiar with the oysters thing. I don't know why. Maybe bays are a good place to get oysters. This is the dumbest reasoning ever on the planet, next to Saturday Night Live non-reasoning.
It was solid reasoning in my head.
But I'm happy. I think of those mentioned, I think Chesapeake Bay sound more familiar for that reason.
I feel like with Cape Cod, we would have heard it while we were in Boston. I would have heard that it was the largest estuary. So it kind of throws the Cape Cod out for me.
Cape Cod is, I think his cod is in the name. It reminds me of seafood, but nothing.
Yeah.
But nothing.
No, I feel like I would have heard it.
Sorry, you're on your own here.
No, you're good. Let's lock in Chesapeake Bay. I don't know if I'd be upset if it were Nantucket. I think I'd be upset if it were Chesapeake if we said Nantucket. So let's go with we're gonna lock in with Chesapeake Bay.
And for us, I led us away from anything with bay in the name, because a bay is its own thing, an estuary is its own thing, a sound is its own thing, etc. So I'm hoping that a bay is not also an estuary. If it is, then that logic is awful. Then thinking about water near the Atlantic on the East Coast, Cape Cod was the one that stood out. They do have lots of crabs in Massachusetts, so we went with Cape Cod.
All right. So an estuary is a partially enclosed coastal body of water of brackish water with one or more rivers or streams flowing into it with a free connection to the open sea. So David's definition is pretty close to that. And it's actually an estuary I used to live near when I was very little. And we used to go to blue crab festivals in Virginia. This is Chesapeake Bay.
Dadgummit. Apparently, I don't even know where the hell Chesapeake Bay is. Oh, sorry, Niveous.
It's okay. I don't know where Chesapeake Bay is either.
I thought it was further north than that.
I just know the biscuits. That's all I know.
Biscuits, yum.
It touches. I think part of it does touch Maryland, but it's pretty big. It's a pretty big indent into the side of Virginia, and there's a city called Chesapeake in Virginia as well. Morbid.
Yeah, sorry, it's the whole thing. Like, yeah, he owed a ton of money.
Still, killing yourself doesn't exactly get you out of it.
No. We think that he
faked his death.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we think he's alive somewhere. We don't know where though.
Probably Paraguay.
Well, your last category before the gauntlet is more science.
Science.
More science.
Is it more? Is it science?
Please no.
The largest nerve in the human body runs from the top of the leg to the foot. And when it is irritated or injured, it can send shooting pains down the leg, typically on one side. What is the name of this nerve?
Love having an EMT on my team.
We're locked in.
I hate having this pain running down my leg. You're locked in. Niveous, this is the sciatic nerve.
That's what I was thinking.
It runs from the top of your ass all the way down, and pain bunches up in your knees. Like you're like, oh, my ass hurts. Ow, my knee is numb.
Ow, my sciatica.
It's awful. It's awful. So, yeah, sciatic nerve.
Yeah. We also said sciatic nerve because that's what it is.
Simplest of solutions.
Lots of things can irritate this nerve. Mine mostly is irritated from a previous car accident, but it is your sciatic nerve. Typically, you develop sciatica when it is irritated.
I had
good
to
job.
take 2 weeks off of work one time because of how bad my sciatica got. It was just like I couldn't sit, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't. Well, I went to a hospital. They're like, okay, have a seat over there. I'm like, nope. They're
Yep, it can also cause a lot of numbness and
not
so
good
that's
numbness
usually
either. Painful numbness.
no, not yeah, very uncomfortable numbness.
And aching, a deep ache.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, going into the gauntlet, David and Mel have 202 points.
Oh my God! You're only 2 points away from the record that was set in the Weird Al bonus last night.
Jonathan and Niv have 172.
That's usually a good score, dude.
I feel
Your
good about it.
You guys are doing great. Your category is Monster Mash.
Oh, I do the mash.
He did the mash.
I'm not like David. I don't do the smash. It's the Monster Smash.
Smash.
The Monster Smash. All right, let's see here.
Does anyone want to hear something hilarious that just happened to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a son, Max. He's 19, and he just sent me a text that said, "I have been stabbed." And of course, as a parent, you hear I've been stabbed, you freak out a little. So here I am, and I'm like, the heart starts racing. There's some question marks. I'm just like, what are you talking
Why
about?
are you texting
He's just like,
me?
no. Exactly. To which he replied, no, I just got the vaccine. I'm just like, oh.
All right, our wager is locked in.
Sorry, I'm playing a ton of what ifs right now. Sorry, Mel.
Nah, you're good, man.
We're betting 0. You should bet
I'll
low.
just out loud.
I would love if you bet 0. That would make it so much easier.
You should bet high.
Or you're betting to cover if we get it wrong and we bet. You know what I mean? So that's also an option.
I might just be
I'm
betting
just gonna
40 to get a
enjoy
little bit above you, but not too far. I like being on top.
I like coming from behind, so I'm in a weird position right now.
And I'm leaving.
It really did get after dark in here.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and
Cool. All right. Both teams have their wagers locked in. So let's get into the gauntlet. Your first question, the category of Monster Mash. What is the name of the beverage company that has 34 different drinks under its brand, including, these are all capitalized, Juice, Hydro, and Rehab?
We're locked in.
Okay.
All right, we're going to lock in.
All right. Your next question. The bunyip is a creature said to be lurking in creeks, billabongs, and water holes by the indigenous people of what nation? And bunyip is BUNYIP.
Okay, lock that in.
Are we locked?
We're
No.
locked in. Yeah, we're locked in.
And your last question on the gauntlet. The highest grossing monster/creature movie of all time, according to MSN.com, was this 2015 summer blockbuster movie that made $652 million in the U.S. box office and $1.67 billion worldwide. Although the real monster may have been making one of the main characters run from one of the creatures in high heels.
I can lock this in.
Are y'all locked in?
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
All right, we're locked in.
So let's go back through. You guys give me your answers. What is the name of the beverage company that has 34 different drinks under its brand, including Juice, Hydro, and Rehab? Mel and David.
So we weren't sure if they were all considered energy drinks. So we said just Monster.
Okay.
All right, and we were just hoping that there's not a parent brand or another monster named energy drink situation, but we said Monster energy drink because we wanted to make sure that we didn't just give the answer monster to the category of monster.
Okay. The bunyip is a creature said to be lurking in creeks, billabongs, and water holes by the indigenous people of what nation? Jonathan and Niv.
We went with Australia. I feel like we're not going to get a lot of American billabongs. So, yeah, we went Australia.
We did worry a little bit about New Zealand, but also knowing that Mel is from this part of the world, the fact that she didn't answer is actually answer immediately is more of a clue that it would be Australia to try and keep us from hearing, oh, it's an instigate for Mel. It must be Australia.
Okay.
Felt like it would have been a giveaway either way, really. But yeah, I typed in Australia and then straight away, don't lock in yet.
See?
Yeah, it's Australia.
And the highest grossing monster / creature movie of all time, $652 million in the US and $1.67 billion worldwide. David and Mel.
Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard in high heels was a whole thing when that movie came out. So we went with Jurassic World.
Niv and Jonathan.
Bryce Dallas Howard in high heels. We also said Jurassic World.
So, Juice, Hydro, and Rehab, these are all different kinds of Monster energy drinks. I will accept just Monster because that is the name of the company. A Bunyip. The inclusion of the word Billabong was supposed to lead you towards Australia, which it seemed to have done. So Australia is where the Bunyip is from. And the highest grossing monster movie of all time is Jurassic World. Jurassic Park is still up there. It was the first to surpass 500 million worldwide, but it's not as high up as some of these other movies. But Jurassic World is the highest grossing monster movie.
Absolutely.
So both teams got it right. So let's see what happens with wagers. All right, Jonathan and Niv, what did you wager?
We went with the logic of protecting or doing the best we can in a lockout situation, because when the other team has the ability to lock you out, then wagering at all doesn't make any sense. So what advantages can you gain? The best advantage you can gain is playing for what happens if they miss it. So maximizing the number of points you wager while protecting yourself if they miss it while locking you out. If they bet to lock us out, they would finish with 59 if they missed. So we wagered 112 so that we could protect against both of us missing it and have enough to maximize the total. So 112 for us.
So that puts you at 284. Mel and David, if you wagered more than 82 points, then you'll win.
We absolutely had that conversation of whether or not we should just double it or if we should cover the loss. We went with 143.
143.
Oh.
That puts you at 345. So 345.
I wrote down their wager on my paper, Niv. Literally, it's like, yep, they're wagering 143. We're wagering 112. Let's hope we don't both get it right.
Hey, you can't complain with the fact that they played an absolute perfect game.
They sure did.
So
they sure y'all didn't miss a question the whole game.
They didn't miss a question the whole game.
Yeah,
it's just spectacular.
We're a good team. We're a good team.
Wall to wall.
Thanks,
Kudos. That's awesome. That's real strong.
Very high scoring game all around.
So,
really.
It was a very high scoring game.
The Giants.
Yeah, 345 to 284, and a perfect game. I don't know. Was my game too easy? I don't know, but it was fun.
I liked it.
So congratulations, David and Mel.
Great job, guys. Great job. And before we go, we'd like to give everybody a chance to do shout outs and promote causes they care about. Niveous, we'll start with you.
Okay. Well, definitely give a shout out to my family, my wife Brooks, and my kids, Fox and Max. And if anything, this world is a very decisive place right now. We've gone through a lot. Just be kind to each other, listen to each other, be there for each other. I know that there are people who have lots of differing opinions right now, and, you know, it causes a lot of strife and commotion. Just try and listen and be there for each other and think of each other's mental health and just, you know, be kind to each other.
Outstanding. Mel, over to you.
Yes, Mother's Day today now, Australia and I guess across the world. So just wanted to give a special shout out to my little sister Cookie in Denmark, who is a first time Mother's Day celebrator. She had
Happy Mother's Day, Cookie.
Congrats.
Yeah, and my mum as well, who's over there with her at the moment. She managed to get out of the country and go and help her out over there. So super special. Happy Mother's Day to them. And really to all the mums in the world, COVID times are really crazy and having kids is not easy in the simple times. So I just, just a reminder to mums and single dads and any dads, mums, whoever, you're all doing great. People with kids, no kids, whatever. Everyone's doing great. And I really just want to say, hang in there and be strong and keep kicking it.
And your mom's Debbie, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to Debbie, and happy Mother's Day to you, Mel.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day, Mel.
Happy Mother's Day to all of our moms. Absolutely. I love it. I love also that it's Mother's Day where she is, but it's not Mother's Day where we are. That gives me a tickle.
Not quite.
All right. And David, we'll wrap up with you.
Well, they both took both things I want to talk about. So, thanks for having me. And I think something that I think is important is just supporting local businesses, especially with, COVID times. And, a lot of them have been hurt. Support people who are out making that hustle.
Absolutely. People are working hard.
Buy art from them, like this one that David got for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap us up. So for Niveous, for David, for Mel, and for Carmela, my name is Jonathan. This has been episode number 322 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.
Mel to be this good at isn't it like
3?
What time is it right now?
2:50.
3 in the morning?
Oh, I know. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
This would have been a different game at 10 a.m. for me, my time. I would have been like, sorry, I'm going to try very hard not to swear for the rest of the recording.
Oh, Niveous, is your on the mic on your headset? Is it on the wire?
Yes.
I bet it was rubbing against your shirt.
Okay. I will try and...
You have to take the shirt off. That's all there is to it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've got this lovely Hatsune Miku shirt on, so
Nice.
I was going to say it's not that kind of show, but honestly it is. It is that kind of show.
322 is after dark. Well, at least in Australia it is.
That's how we do it here around the clock, baby.